I'm going to go take you through a breathing practice because it's very difficult to separate our breath from our emotions, and we all, depending on what our life histories have been, what we experienced, will have developed kind of what we call habitual breathing patterns. So the best way to start with learning how to exercise with the breath is learning how to settle our breath and how to connect with our breath. So we're going to start with a very gentle, and bring our awareness into our breathing, a very gentle practice. So there won't be lots of big breathing demanded here, and it may be a little bit hard to start off with because it's something you might not be used to. So first of all, you need to make sure that you're sitting in a comfortable upright position. I'm sat on a sofa here. You can be sat in a chair or a wheelchair. Maybe make sure you've got a little bit of back support. You may even want to, I've just taken a little bit of my cushion off my sofa here to give myself a little bit of height. So I'm kind of wedged a little bit, so then it's easier for my spine to sit in an upright position above my pelvis. And then I feel a little bit more comfortable. So how you're sitting is really important. Feet flat on the floor or on foot plates. If you feel you're uncomfortable, your breathing will be reflected in that. But this does, getting the posture right, does take a bit of practice. So we've got our posture sorted out. You can roll your shoulders a few times as well. Just move your head. Just check in with, that you're sitting as comfortably and as supported as you can. And it may be helpful just to place your hands on your belly, as long as your arms feel comfortable to do that. And then softly just sort of gaze forwards at something or close your eyes. I will keep my eyes open or just gazing down. Just if you look up, I think it's nicer if you can see someone's with you through that. So, but it's easier to often connect with your breath if you close your eyes. So, because other things can distract you. So if you just softly gaze and then close your eyes and just hands cupped over your belly, noticing the weight of the seat, what you're sitting on, the weight of your bottom on the seat, weight of your feet on the foot plates. And as your hands are cupped over your belly, you may notice there's a bit of movement there. And some of you may notice that as you breathe in, your belly puffs out into your hands. So just really trying to zone into that sense of movement in your belly and noticing when the belly puffs out into your hands. And some of you may have already made the kind of connection that as the belly puffs out into the hands, that's when you are breathing in. Now, occasionally for a few people, the reverse happens. So don't worry, we're just sensing that there's some movement down there right now. And noticing with each in-breath, the belly gently puffs out into your hands. And you could ask yourself, just quietly, how much movement do you feel there? Is that movement, is that easy to feel right now? Or is it a bit difficult? And all of these questions are without any judgment or criticism. They're just noticing your breath, noticing where your breath is at right now in this moment today. And I notice that when I've had a lot going on or I'm a little bit stressed, that my breathing is harder to notice and sometimes not as deep as it could be. And I don't criticize myself. I'm really grateful that I've noticed that maybe I'm a little bit more stressed or overworked than I would be normally. So I'm more aware of how I am. And then as I sit with that, sometimes it settles. So this is about building awareness of our breath without judgment. And the more you do it, the more you'll get to know your breathing patterns and know how to respond to them. So focus on the breath puffing out into your belly. And some of you may have already noticed that the belly puffs away from your hands a little bit, and that's the breath, that's your exhale. That's the breath leaving your body. So noticing the ground underneath your bottom, the seat underneath your bottom, the ground underneath your feet, or the foot plates underneath your feet. Or in breath, and then your out breath. And then the movement of the breath in your own body. So the puffing out of your belly, and just a kind of slight softening of your belly away from your hands. And see if you can allow yourself to become connected to your body's own rhythm. A little bit like you might stand on, or be, if you ever remember as a child, standing on the beach, and the sea is coming in, and just kissing your feet, just splashing your feet with the tide. So there's a movement, there's a rhythm to that. The sea coming in and then coming out. See if you can connect to the rhythm of your own breath, maybe like something in nature, or like you're listening to some music far off and you're just trying to pick out that tune. See if you can let yourself be soothed by your own breath rhythm. We're going to stay here for a few more minutes. So that all that matters right now in this moment is the weight of your body on the seat that's supporting it, the sound and the movement of your own breath. Okay, we're going to just start to release ourselves from this practice by, maybe you could open your eyes and gaze down. You could wriggle your shoulders, maybe turn your head a little bit, wiggle your toes if that's available to you, move your head, just move any part of your body or that's available to you. And then we're back. So that's the kind of breath awareness practice.